Yes, I can see you.
Okay, so today let's continue uh, and see filter options which we have within reporting. So if you remember in Canvas, uh, we can apply filters to, like, there are two types, right? Uh, One type is like which you can apply within the, for example, if there are multiple portlets, right? Job info and personal info. So you can either apply it within personal info or you can apply with job info and personal info both, right?
Mm.
So we have the same logic here in story, but there are few additional options. So let me start with job info and show you. Go to job info. Let me also take personal info. And let me take a few fields. Let's say gender, and let's say United States. Okay, so we have these four fields now: employment type, user ID, gender, and status. Right. So now each of this block will have a filter option within them. If you see this filter option, right? So what this filter option gives us, it gives us further three options to choose from. So a simple filter is like a simple filter from Canvas, right? Which you apply on any particular thing, like any particular object. And so this is since this is a personal information, all the fields available is from personal information, right? Whereas within job information, all the fields available will be from job information. So that is one thing. Now, within simple filter, the option we have is like we can select the fields which we want as a filter, right? That is all.
Mm.
So for example, if I say I don't want contingent workers in my report. So I will simply go into the contingent worker filter
Mm.
and I will simply select as yes or no. That means I do not want contingent workers.
Mm.
This is not loading. 1 second. Yeah. So I will simply select as no. That means I will only get the non-contingent workers, right? I will get the regular workers. So that is a task of a simple filter. And for example, within contingent workers also, I want, let's say, only the male non-contingent workers or female,
Mm.
whatever. So I can put a filter on that as well.
Mm.
It's taking some time. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I want only female. So now I have these two filters applied and it can be noticed by this filter icon over here. This appears, right? So each time you apply a filter, this will be popped up. Otherwise, it will be grayed out, kind of. So yeah, these are about simple filters. It's basic. You apply a simple filter. Now let's talk about the advanced filter. I will tell you the time filter as well, but let's discuss the advanced one first.
Mm.
Okay. So within advanced filter, we have this default filter applied. This is always available like by default. You don't have to like you don't have to worry about it. It's like if you don't have any advanced filter, this filter will apply by default, and there's no logic behind it. It's just system kind of thing. You can ignore that. So you add a filter. So if you see here, it will give us a logic like and or logic. So similarly, we had this in Canvas also, similar to this. So it's the basic operation is same. It operates the same way. If we apply and logic, both of these logic should get satisfied for this filter to run, right? And if
Mm.
it is a or logic, either one of the
The condition. Mm.
logic should be satisfied for the filter to be applicable. So another thing, if you see here, that
It
all the
is more or
things,
less like a business rule, right? If in business rule
ah,
also and the condition also.
yes, exactly,
Yeah.
like a business rule. But for filters,
Yeah.
similar to business rule. So you're right. And we can have multiple branches as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
if let's say I take assignment type here. So we have not only equal to, but these options also, like is null, is not null, these options also. So let's say if assignment type is null, then we can have multiple branches also. Like and like within this we have sub branch, parent branch, child branch. We can have these branches also as per the requirement. We can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this is the point of my explaining this advanced filter is that if you see here, if I go to advanced filter, we can only see job information within the data set, right? Because we have fetched the job information block. Okay.
Yeah.
If we select personal info, we can see only the personal info block. But
Mm.
what if we want a logic which says like, I want
Both of them together.
both of them. So for that, we have this. If we go over here, click on this icon, advanced
Mm.
filtering. So here I can have both job and person info.
Mm.
Job info will be like so because it is a parent table or the driving table. So let's say within job information, I don't want the contingent worker is accept. Then we have these multiple options as well.
Mm.
So we can either use free text if we know the value. Member selector is like the member selector, this thing,
Mm.
except one, and let's say from gender is gender here. Should be accept or equal to member selector female. And I want this condition as and, right? Because I want both of these to be satisfied.
Mm.
And I simply press OK. So it saves me time as well as I don't have to put multiple filters here as well as here as a simple filter.
Mm.
And it sometimes may or may not work also. If you are applying two simple filters,
Mm.
sometimes system won't identify both. So this is better. If you want multiple filters, like multiple values filters from multiple data sources site, this is always better.
Okay.
And we had this in Canvas, so it was available at the top. It's the
Mm.
same logic followed here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any doubt?
No, no.
Okay, great. So, yeah. Also, if you remember in Canvas, you also had something called as runtime filter.
Yeah. While running the report, we just
Mhm.
mention the date.
Hmm. Either date or we can have multiple options also, like date, division, legal entity, lot of
Yeah.
things. We have something similar in stories,
Mm.
but it is not very much used in stories, as the purpose of runtime filter was to uh, kind of reduce the load because it took some time to load Canvas.
Mm.
And if you're loading all the data, right? If you're not, if let's say a company has 1 lakh employees and we are loading all the 1 lakh employees, so it will take some time to load. So the runtime filters purpose was to kind of reduce the loading time. So for example, if the Indian HR is checking, they don't have to check for all the data. They can just filter on legal entity as India. But anyways, that is satisfied by RBP. But let's say I'm saying in some case, if there's a let's say a time management based report, so an employee will have like 30 entries every day, every month. Sorry, and for 1 lakh employees, it will be like 30 lakh entries, right?
Mm.
So in that case, runtime filter is better because it is reducing the loading time. But in
Mm.
story, we need not worry about that because in story, anyways, it loads faster compared to Canvas. But if let's say we want some a runtime filter, for example, it's an important one. Like we don't want to expose data of anyone who is not meant to see some data, right? So in
Mm.
that case, we use the runtime filter. So let me
Okay.
just show you quickly how to apply that also, the runtime filter also here. It's a bit complex
Mm.
and it's very limited in terms of possibilities, but it is possible.
Mm.
It is limited because we simply do not need runtime filter in story.
Okay.
Okay. So we go on to here. The very first step is to go on to this input parameter section.
Mm-hmm.
Within input parameter, we create a new input parameter. And let's say we are applying a runtime filter on user ID.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we are filtering on particular user ID, let's say. So I've named this as user ID, and now we define the type. So the type is a string, right? So user ID is usually a string field.
Mm-hmm.
So we keep string and we press OK. That is the first step. Now the second step, if you saw here within advanced filtering, there
Mm-hmm.
was one option called as uh, input parameter. If we select user ID, we keep it as equal to. So now we have defined the field. Now we are just mapping the field with the actual value from user ID. So if you see here, input parameter. So we take our input parameter, right?
Mm-hmm.
User ID. So now it is mapped. This is the second step. We
Okay.
press OK here and we click on finish. So now
Mm-hmm.
it will actually ask us that effective dating pop-up which comes up, right? Each time we save the query,
Sorry, sorry. Mm.
it will ask us one more thing. Like it will ask us the effective dating also, but apart from that, it will ask us like for which user ID you want this report to be filtered as.
Mm.
So let me show you once it comes.
For example, I have multiple input parameters. Then
Mm-hmm.
multiple columns will be appeared during the.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct, yes. And you will have to fill each one of these because without filling an input parameter, it will
Mm-hmm.
not let you proceed.
And there is one more thing. Like for example,
Mm-hmm.
if I am keeping a run date filter for some January 1st, okay, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then HR keeps 4 or 5 records for January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So the duplicate, there is no change in the records. Only one change is a, for example, department change is there. Okay,
Okay.
on January 1st. But HR has saved January 1st record multiple times in the history. Now
Mm-hmm.
we are pulling the runtime filter on January 1st. Then duplicate entries will be there, right?
Yes, there will be
So,
duplicate entries. But
so
that
how
is
can we
ah,
how can we mitigate that one in
okay.
runtime?
So that is a standard behavior, no? Because let's say
Hmm.
on 1st of January, you had
Hmm.
multiple job information entries, right?
Yeah.
Let's say your manager got changed, you got
Hmm.
promoted, you
Hmm.
got a pay grade change. There are multiple entries. So
Okay.
if you put a filter on 1st of Jan, naturally all will come, right? That is not
Yeah,
a
naturally will come, but HR wants to see only one record in the report.
one as in which one?
One as of January 1st, like the change happened record, but not the records which are not having change. In such cases,
You mean on January 1st, multiple changes happened, right?
not
Uh,
multiple changes, like only one change has happened, Vijay. But
uh,
uh, for example, without any change, also the HR has a capability of saving the record, right?
okay, okay. So there's no
So
changes happened.
no changes, but they just put the record by mistake and they save 2 3 times.
Okay, okay.
Like
Yeah.
system loads it right in between.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
they click on save, and that record saves 2 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
So I
No.
saw this real time. So that is why I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking you.
Mm-hmm. But in that case, only
Yeah.
the change one will be shown. Like the,
In that, okay.
yeah. Because see, it again depends on the table type which we are selecting. Last
Okay.
time we saw na, the cross tab and non-aggregated. I will show you
Okay.
once again. So if we
Yeah.
select cross tab, na, it will only show the latest one and the
Mhm.
changed one. I will show you.
Okay.
One second. So here, if you see here, we have this runtime filter in action.
Mm.
So I know this user, it says only one. User ID is only one. I will press one and click on set.
Okay.
Let me select a table and let me take all the fields. So yeah, this was the table which I was talking about, it
Yeah.
cross tab and non-aggregated. So
Mm.
basically, whenever you select a cross tab, right, it will
Mm.
only give us the latest records as
Oh,
of that particular date, and it will not care of the past records, like the uh, in the changes which has happened in the past. It will not care about that unless and
mm.
until you have put a filter, like a time filter, right? Which is in the query which we apply each time we save the report.
Mm.
So unless and until you don't have that, this will always show the latest records.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will also give you one example. Next topic is time filter also. So I will show you an example of that. So let me select the fields. So now this will only show me for one user ID, which is one, right? Because I have put a runtime filter on this,
Mm.
correct? And for example, if I save this runtime example, so this will not, as of now, if I save this, close it and open it, it will not come as a runtime as of yet. There is one more pop-up actually, so I will show you. If I close it and run it, it will directly run. It will not ask me anything. It will directly run because there is one more, just one additional step which we have to do to make this available at runtime. So to do so, we go to here and we click on the job information or whatever data
Mm.
source you have this runtime filter set up as. Here we click on settings and we click on this check. Automatically open prompt when story opens. Once we click on this check and click on set and then save it, it will
Mm.
ask us each time it runs the report. So let me
Oh.
save it, close it and run it.
So totally three steps, Vijay, right? We have
Yes.
to navigate to input parameter, then filter,
Yes.
and then we
This
have to
check.
check this box.
Correct. Three steps are involved for applying this runtime filter.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see now, it is asking us.
Yeah.
And we can enter whatever user ID we want.
Mm.
I don't know any others. Let me see. Let's type Alex. Where can I find this user ID?
Biographical information, you can see. Person ID is Alexi.
This new people profile is very confusing.
Yeah.
No, I want the user ID. I cannot. I think in job info.
No, no, it is in biographical information only. View all.
No, I am not able to see it.
User ID will be in
Yeah,
personal.
ideally it should be there, but it's, I don't know.
Maybe person ID is user ID for them here. Alexi. You can,
Alex, you mean?
yeah, Alexi.
Okay, let's see. Let me see if we have. Okay, leave it. Let's type Alex C. Yeah, I think you are right. No, but there's no data. It means it was not the correct one. But anyway, you got the idea, right? That
Yeah.
if we add a user ID, it will filter on that particular user ID only based on the runtime. Okay. So now coming on to that question of yours, that will be covered in the time filters option.
Mm.
So let me delete this and let me go into the query. Let me just remove the runtime filter also once.
Mm.
It will not work sometimes. So I go on to the query and I remove this filter also. So now let us take two more fields. that is legal entity name,
Mm.
and let's say also department name. And let me rename this accordingly. So I have these fields. I press OK and I click on finish.
Why did you change legal entity and department to dimension?
Yeah, I will tell you now. Uh, I'm coming to it now. So if you see here, if I add a table here,
Mm.
the first default option is non-aggregated list, right?
Mm.
It only lets me add columns, right? Columns
Mm.
are like horizontal. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, I mean vertical, sorry, vertical columns, right? Side by side to each other. So it says add measures slash dimensions, right?
Mm.
So measure slash dimensions means either is possible to be added in the columns over here, right?
Okay.
But as soon as I select cross tab and I press
Mm.
OK, it is segregated into two rows and columns, right?
Okay.
And it both of these says add dimensions, right? There is no possibility to add a measure, but we can add a measure. We simply have to add it via here. So if we
Mm.
go on here, we can add that, but it actually does not serve the actual purpose of report. A report should contain all the fields side by side. So if we add a measure over here, it will look kind of different. The purpose will be the same. It will fulfill our purpose, but the measure concept now it is used for a different thing here in cross tab. And
Mm.
why do we use a cross tab? The cross tab is used to fetch the latest records. So let me show you. So for example, I will in the rows, since I converted all into dimension site, so all of them
Mm.
are available over here. So let me take user ID, the status, this thing, this thing, this thing, and this thing. So if you see here, all of these records are available over here, which are
Mm.
effective as of the latest date, today's date, right? So all these records, regardless of their past, past whatever changes may have happened in the past, they will not be shown. Only the latest records will be shown, right? And this is especially helpful in terms of headcount report or
Yes.
yeah, in those terms. But if let's say we want an audit report
Mm.
where we want all the records for all the users, all the
Mm.
historical records, right? So to do so, we simply go to query. And this is where time filter comes into picture. Simply go
Mm.
into query and we remove a filter from the driving table. So we should not remove it from the driven table. The driving table is the very left one, the first table, which we select in the query. We go into time filter and we simply click on remove filter. So
Okay.
now it will show me all the records. There's no filter applied, neither as of date nor date range filter is applied. So it will,
Okay.
by logic, it should show me all the records of all the employees,
Mm.
right? So again, this pop-up will also not come since we have removed this time filter. It should
Mm.
directly let me go into the home page, the front end. Yes. And if you see here, like there are gaps in between
Mm.
these records. So these gaps are actually there because what system tries to do, it tries to save some memory. So the records which are duplicated, it will not show those gaps. So for example, one is repeated here twice, single
Okay.
is repeated here twice. This also, this repeated here twice. And just to show you that these are repeated twice, we can go here, show/hide member
Mm.
names, and we check the repetitive member names. So it will show us all the records. And why are they repeated twice? Because this simply happened twice in the past. For example, this department name. This department name was this production, and it is now operations, right?
Like I said, there is no change, but the HR has said twice the
Ha,
record.
yes.
Yeah.
So that covers here.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. This answers the question, right?
Yes.
Great. So that is the purpose of converting them into dimensions. And I will also show you like how this looks like in non-aggregated. So if I select non-aggregated, let's say I
Can you
simply
tell me, like, once again, how to navigate to the repetitive ones? I think you are
sure,
going
sure,
back.
sure. Yeah, no problem. I will tell you. So we click on three dots over here.
Yeah.
We click on show
So
/hide,
on, right? Okay,
go to
member.
member names, and we simply uncheck this.
Okay.
You need not worry because this option, uh,
Mm.
when we export it in Excel, it will
Okay.
not show us blanks. It will show the all the records.
Okay.
Yeah. And usually users will not work on this report on on this page, right? They will export and work on
Okay.
it. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, they may raise questions like why are these coming as blank? So
Yeah.
yeah, so for them, you can just simply check in this option.
There are some users, like, they can go to the report center and they can just go for runtime, and then they'll click, like, for time reports, right? They have to change the
Hmm.
date range.
Hmm.
So in that case, and it shows only 500 rows. So they have to change the rows also, right? Like 1,000 rows to be displayed. So in such cases, users will come and question us, like, why is this data coming blank? So that is the reason I was asking this navigation.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are few users we are also allowing to use this report, story report, to download, at least to export.
Hmm.
So in that case, all the data will not be loaded in the front page itself, right? Only 500 records will be shown at the first time. So if they want to increase the data source more, then they have to click
Hmm.
on the more data, right? Custom data.
No, so that was in Classic, which you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
Classic design experience. So now it is changed a bit. So by default, if let's say now I'm trying to export this, right?
yeah.
So if I click on export, if you see the scope, this is
Okay,
currently set as point of view. So
okay.
what this point of view means, right? I will show you first. So if I click on this warning symbol over here and click
Uh,
on this drill limitation.
yeah,
So the point of view by default is 500 rows.
yeah.
So columns it will hardly reach 60, but the
Mm,
rows may reach 500, right? So
yeah.
when we keep it as point of view, it will only give us the first 500 records, right?
Okay.
And we can change this. If we click
Yeah.
on custom, we can change this to 5,000. So
Yes.
yeah, then it will change to first 5,000 records.
Yeah.
But if let's say I don't want the first 500, I don't want the first 5,000, I want
Mm,
all the data, right?
yeah.
So I click on three dots, click on export, and I
Okay.
simply change the scope to all.
Okay.
Okay. So in this case, everything will be exported.
Okay.
Yeah. So by default, we can, if we want like first 500 records, we can keep it as point of view.
Mm,
But, and we can change that first 500 to first whatever, right?
yeah.
And if we want all, which is usually the case, we change it to all.
Okay.
Yeah. That is the export option which we have. And since we are talking about export, let me take you to one more export, like way of exporting. So we are currently in edit mode, right?
Yeah.
The super admins we have the edit access, but
Okay.
clients will not see this edit and view option.
Yeah.
They will simply see nothing here. They will
Yeah.
be, by default they have this view option, right? So
Mm,
they can do this export if they need. Click on three dots and export. They can do this for tables typically, but let's say there is some chart, right?
mm.
So a chart is not best suited when exported in Excel, right? It is. best viewed in a PDF or PPT, right? So
Yes.
they can simply go here and export using this option. So we have the PDF or PPT.
Okay.
So a table is not recommended to be exported in PDF or PPT, but a chart.
Yeah.
Because if they want, for their presentation purposes, they want something exported quickly, so they can directly export in PPT and take that slide, use that, or a PDF, let's say. And we have option to include header, footer, these things as well. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So this was about filters and export options. Is it too much for today? Shall we continue?
Yeah. But I also want an exercise like if you can give me to build
Yes.
a report.
Sure,
Uh,
sure.
so if you
Okay.
can, yeah,
Okay. Sure.
you can share it with me.
Shall I tell you orally? You
Do you
can
want
write it
do
down.
you want me to take a note?
Yeah. Shall I tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. So build a headcount report. Uh,
Headcount report
yes, like which contains all the org structure and personal info details
with org structure.
and personal information details.
Person. Okay.
And build it. First, build it as of date. First option, not
First.
option. Like first, like there are two reports which you have to build for
Okay.
headcount report only.
Uh,
The first way is the as of date. Like I
as
want,
of date.
yeah, I
Like
want,
cross tab.
yes, cross
Okay.
tab and the filter applied, right? Filter
Okay.
applied as of date. So that is the first thing. And the
Mm.
second thing, I want the audit. Like I want all the records.
Okay. Agree. Okay.
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 Shall I give one more?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So I want a report
Well,
wherein
okay.
I want all the male employees
Okay.
above the age of 30.
Above the age of 30.
Yes, 30 plus of employees. I want a report. So for
Above the
this,
age 30 plus, right?
yes, their age should be 30 plus and they should be male
They should be
employees.
male. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can give me like user ID, first name and last name for these employees.
You okay. First name, last name, and user ID.
User ID, yes.
Okay.
For this logic, calculated column will be used, but
Okay.
I want you to try it.
Mm.
Next session, we will check the calculated columns.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Vijay.
yeah, no problem.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.